You're listening to Beyond the List, the podcast brought to you by Coach Dooley's List. We are here for the coaches. This episode is proudly sponsored by Socks Rock. For over 20 years, Socks Rock has been the #1 online custom sock company for all levels of athletic teams and corporate apparel. Socks Rock is a custom sock supplier committed to providing the highest quality American-made footwear apparel to their customers. They offer premium products with the finest materials and construction. Their products are built to last and designed by people with a passion for sports and fashion. Rick and Pam deliver the highest quality custom socks for teams, companies, fundraisers, and promotions. They put a lot of thought, effort, and creativity into their designs to offer you a fantastic sock that looks and feels great at an affordable price. Reach out to Rick and Pam at Socks Rock today to see how they can help you out this season. Now, stay tuned for today's episode of Beyond the List.
Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you're enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow along on all our social media platforms. Once again, today I am here at Parkview High School with head baseball coach David Reynolds. And Coach, sorry it took so long to get out here to you, but I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today.
Absolutely. Good to see your videos. Been across the state for a long time, so glad to sit down with you and talk today.
Well, I'm also excited. I got me some more Parkview gear. I think I've got more Parkview than anything now, so I'm representing, which is awesome. Look, I always hop right into it. Just kind of tell everybody about your coaching journey and how you ended up here at Parkview.
Pretty short journey. Finished my grad school down at Valdosta State in 2010. So I had the privilege of working with Danny Redshaw down there at Lowndes County for a year. Learned a lot. Kind of transitioned from being a player to a wannabe coach that particular year. So him and his staff really helped me out that first year. Then came right back to Parkview High School, where I graduated from in 2011 as assistant coach. Came back here and been here ever since. So that's it. I finished, went to school, came back here where I graduated from.
And this is not what we're talking about, but you also officiate, don't you?
I do officiate. So I'm a two-sport athlete, so I got my hands full in the fall with tackle football and flag football in the state of Georgia. So I enjoy the time away from baseball. People hunt and fish and all that kind of stuff in the fall as well. So that's my decompression is to be on the other side of the argument by getting yelled at by those coaches in the fall. But wouldn't trade that for the world either.
Well, I'm going to come back for round two because I've started to kind of highlight some of the stuff that's going on in the world with officiating. So I'll come back in a few weeks.
Cool.
We'll just talk officiating. So, in being down, obviously being under a great coach, working with Coach Redshaw and then coming up here into such a storied program, you take things from different places and, you try to make a program your own. So what is it, when in all those things that you've learned, what is it you want Parkview baseball to be known for?
Yeah, be that blue-collar mentality. We're going to show up and work every single day. We don't care if you come from privilege or if you can't turn the lights on in your house. We want people who are here to work every single day, put the effort, the energy, the passion. You can control those every single day. You can't control what the other guy's throwing 90 on a slider, the umpire's having a bad day. You can't control those things, but your effort, your attitude, you definitely can. So that blue-collar mentality, we want to be around good people, right? We want the coaches to be good people. We want the players to be good people. And then you start getting down the line towards better teammates and better players comes down the road. So we want to work. We want to put the work in. We're okay taking that maybe average high school baseball player and just making him a little better, right? Maybe making that elite high school baseball player and find a way to make him one step better. So that's kind of what we target every single day from the fall through the end of the spring.
Well, I'm going to give you all a shout out because we've been sitting in the dugout here. You got your kids coming down, going to weight training, that kind of stuff. And every single kid that came in here shook my hand, looked me in the eye, said, "Welcome to Parkview Baseball," told me their name. And at first, you get a couple kids that do that. Every one of them, not one of them missed it. And we talked a little bit before this about just, how important that is, even in situations like in the dugout, like, just being able to communicate with people. And like anything, bunting, throwing a slider, picking balls at first, anything like that. If you don't work on it, it's not just going to come naturally. So shout out to you guys for doing it. And they hit up every coach that was in here and everyone, and it was awesome.
Yeah, definitely not my thing. It's a Shane Brown thing. My coaching career, Danny Redshaw, Shane Brown. I played for Hugh Buchanan, coached with Chief. So been around a lot of Hall of Famers, and you pick up all those things that matter. And again, we're here for the whole development of the student athlete. And that includes talking to adults, very important in the classroom, in the streets of the community, of just being able to talk to adults, look in their eyes, and have a conversation.
No, that's for sure. So, in all your years in coaching, y'all have had some great players, some great programs. You always ask Coach, what's your favorite story? And it could be on the field, off the field. I know you've got a lot of them. I've co-taught with a buddy who I think was over here for a little bit, Kurt Dorman. So I got some Reynolds stories sometimes.
Yes.
So
Please don't tell those.
We won't. We're going to do a separate segment with coaches on those. But what's one of your favorite coaching stories?
So off the field, we're going to a staff dinner during the dugout club. And we're at Maggiano's, okay, and we got this whole family style thing where they bring out, it's too much food. They bring out the salads, the appetizers, then they go to the entrees, then dessert. Well, Chief, right, he's still on staff, and I forgot what year this was, but we get through the salads and the calamaris. And he's like, man, Coach, thank you so much for supper. That was fantastic. I am stuffed. And the rest of us young bucks are like, hey, Coach, we're just getting warmed up. Like, this is just the whole thing. So, Chief being Chief in a lot of different ways on and off the field. It's a pretty good one there. A good moment, 2011. We're down at Colquitt County, the Moultrie, and we for the semifinals, and we lose game one. I'll never forget the mindset space of Dave Palmer, was the pitching coach at the time, and we're kind of frustrated. We're kind of circling the wagons, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And he just said, guys, we're going to spend the night tonight. We're going to win game two. We're going to spend the night tonight, and we're going to win tomorrow. And that was his mindset in that time period of uncertainty. Right, game one, you lose game one in a series.
It's tough.
It's challenging, backs against the wall. But I took that learning moment in a hurry from him of, even though you're down a little bit, again, go back to working and getting better and finding a way to play the next pitch, the next play. So
it only takes one person to have that confidence, and you know that. And I remember Coach Palmer when he was coaching here too. But that one thing. But also, in surrounding yourself, with all the coaches that have been here. You've got several that have gone on to be head coaches, and y'all have just had great staffs from Coach Buchanan to Coach Brown. I met with Coach Bishop. You've had so many good people here, and so if one of your assistants, or maybe even one of your players that came to you one day and said, Coach Reynolds, I want to be a head coach, what piece of advice would you give them?
Well, it needs to be a good fit.
Yes.
Right. So, do you have the support of the administration? Do you have a staff around you? Do you have a staff that wants to work? So it needs to be a right fit, first of all, because where you're at an assistant coach might be a better space than being a head coach. So that'd be number one, is just make sure it's the right fit for you and your family. Number two, just understand parents are crazy. Okay, so parents have their situations outside the fence, and that's one thing as an assistant coach. I didn't have to deal with a whole lot. And now as a head coach, you do have a little more phone calls and emails about certain things. But just, why do I do what I do? Because I come to work with the group of men, the coaches that I have around me. And as awesome as this place is, it's a group effort. And so having the assistant coaches around you who will show up, who will, get on the same page about what the vision of the program is, you have to have those people. If you don't, no matter how good of a coach you are, you can't do the whole thing by yourself.
Oh, no, and I see that more and more, and also talk to young coaches about that. And I think probably half the last 10 that I've done, they talk about your assistant coaches, your staff, and having the same mindset, but also having people that you can spend 3-4 hours a day with, out here, because you got to enjoy them as people too, because otherwise it makes things difficult.
Yeah, and the nice thing around this complex is that our wives hang out too. And so our children come up here and they play.
That's huge.
They play with the chalk over there. They're not watching the game, but they're having a blast during the game, and the wives and the moms can kind of text each other and support each other. So having that family component of the assistant coaches, the one that do have a family, again, having them all together, bought in time, because we do spend a lot of time up here. You have to, and so you don't see your kids every single night because you're doing this, and to see them over there enjoying this process and taking the pictures on the field after a win are very important for the staff, for sure.
No, and I really think that's important for young coaches to understand. Everybody talks about family, but how you build that is different in every program. But getting them together to spend that time is huge. So, yeah, that's really, really cool. And so, in all your duties, everything that goes on, the field's looking beautiful right here. The wolves are out. And, keeping the geese off the field. I learned that over here many, many years ago. Took that, with me a couple times, but you deal with a lot of things, and one of the big ideas behind the website is just trying to help coaches out, hook them up with vendors. And it's not always just uniforms. People sometimes think hey, I just need to go to the website for uniforms. It's anything, dirt, technology, anything. So who's one or two vendors that you would definitely shout out to other coaches that have done a great job for you?
Well, I'm a food person, obviously. Look at me, okay? So Mike Green in downtown Tucker with Matthew's Cafeteria. They do great work for us.
They feed y'all after? Or
we do some things where we go to them for breakfast here and there, and they do cater our banquet.
Oh, cool.
So he's great. He's a baseball person, baseball mind. He's from Tucker, so we won't hold that against him. But and then 3 by Miles down the street, they do cater our golf tournament. So there's 2 kind of food spots right here. Obviously, Shuma for us, Damon Gobert. I don't know that you get a better person. And just that guy that he won't email you, but he'll call you and talk through things from a vendor perspective. So I guess kind of throw those. Who else am I missing out there on the wall for advertisements? So yeah, that's what it's all about. Just calling somebody. If you need something, like I'll call Bishop and say, hey, do you have a guy for this? And of course, he has a phone number. So if you don't have that number, that phone number, that vendor, that sponsor, I think the coaching community is very helpful in adding that to you for you.
No, and that's exactly where the idea came from. I love that you brought out the food places because anytime I go out of town, I'm not trying to eat. I love Chick-fil-A. We've all got it.
On a Friday, baby. Let's go.
Yes, we've got it. But, if you got time to go, like you said, the cafeterias and the places, not the chains and stuff. So I'm excited. Those are going to be on my list when I come back to town. So, well, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Yes,
finally got you on, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks for some officiating talks. We'll wait right to the middle of the football season to get while you're really fired up.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, a couple more weeks. That'd be good.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.